Okay, so I wanted to do a video today addressing mental health. Now, thankfully, the awareness for mental health problems are much more prevalent these days, which is great. I wanted to address something because mental health problems amongst athletes is becoming more and more common. People are much more aware of it these days, I wanted to talk about a lot about where that comes from with athletes. Now, usually athletes will spend their lives sometimes giving up everything else in their lives, obsessively striving for the highs of the pinnacle of their sport and the successes, the highs that come with that success. And when you break it down like that, it's very similar to the way drug addicts often give up everything in their life for the high of getting high. It's a very similar mindset, and it results in very similar types of depression, especially when athletes and drug addicts give up that high. When they quit, they come to the end of their careers, they don't have anything to fill their lives, and they don't have anything to replace that high. So something that you can really learn from this, if you're trying to be a professional athlete, trying to be a professional golfer, this is where your training plan comes in. If you build your training plan correctly, then you don't have to spend all of your life, every minute of every day, training, hitting golf balls, thinking about it. What you really need to do is have a training plan that is very effective, so that you don't have to spend all the hours doing it, and then you can fit a normal life around it. So it could be family, it could be other hobbies, it could be just anything really, anything that's not golf related. Now, you're going to get a lot out of doing this. First of all, you're going to avoid burnout. You're going to have other things in your life that are important to you. Now, that becomes really important when you're trying to compete, because if it's everything to you, your levels of anxiety when you go out and compete are going to be much higher. If it's not the absolute be all and end all to you, it's going to be a lot easier for you to manage the pressures and the nerves of competing. And you're gonna, like I think I mentioned, you're gonna avoid burnout. Now, a lot of this, I speak from experience. I was that guy. I was the guy that pursued being a tour professional. I pursued it relentlessly. I've had from that, I've had a habit of doing that, even in businesses that I've had, and academies that I've run, I suffered because of it. I got seriously burnt out when I quit competing. I had periods where I felt really depressed, didn't know what to do with myself, and I know that if I would have approached it in a much more systematic way, I would have been a lot healthier for it. So I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience of players that I've worked with as well, and turning that around, having a good training plan and having a balanced life around it, it's unbelievably therapeutic if you're prone to depression and anxiety, things like that. It's really, really important to do. So that's my take on mental health problems amongst athletes. You can avoid them by structuring your life in a balanced way and having a really good training plan to fall back on. So that's just about all I've got to say on that.